Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a fabulous day. This is part two of the strip mall. Little bit of story time, I guess. Okay, so I finished part one, and for some reason, I never rendered and uploaded it to YouTube, even though I thought I did like weeks ago. And I just never did. Don't know why. Just never did. And so now I'm finally at the point where I was of sane enough mind to try to deal with the conundrum that happened with this, which is mouse issues, which I'm not going to go into, but they were stupid and forever. And I kind of go into it a little bit later. But, this is part two. I was hoping there was going to be a part three, but there's not going to be a part three. But I didn't quite realize exactly how I had laid everything out video-wise, because I thought I had long ago finished part one, and part two was a lot. Actually, no, I thought part two, I just hadn't uploaded it yet, and it was a lot longer than I thought it was. But when I pulled up the file, it was only like 9 minutes long. And I realized this was going to be a two-part. It was not going to be a three-part build. It was going to be a two-part build. So, I don't remember because I did this many hours ago. Anyway, I'm losing track of what I'm trying to say. I ended up losing a portion of the build. And so I went into live view and just showed you guys around what everything looks. And so I did that as if it was like the beginning of the episode and everything. And through the magic of editing, I've kind of edited out some of it, but a lot of it is still kind of like, let me re-explain and everything, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, so I will let past me do that. So you're going to have future me, past me, future me. Even though originally in my master plan it was going to be past me, then future me. But, things don't always work out how you want them to work, especially in the technology world. So this is what we get. Okay, so to the video. I'm finished. I'm doing the music room, what's it called? Store is the word I'm looking for. The music store and everything. I know that there's quite a few musical instruments, but I really wish we had something like a clarinet or like some kind of woodwind instrument, because we just have guitars, pianos, and the keyboard, but that's still a piano. Oh, and the violin. We have the violin. And like we have the microphones. I can kind of cheat with that, because even though you don't gain musical skill, you gain comedy skill. You can kind of fake it out, whatever. It's for aesthetic purposes. I knew when I built this, I wanted to divide the room up because, I've been into quite a few music stores, and a lot of times they will kind of have two areas. They will have like the piano area and then the everything else area. And like, if you've ever, I took inspiration from Guitar Center. If you guys have ever been into a Guitar Center, like bigger ones, you know that there's a ton of stuff. And I live near one of the really pretty big ones, and there is like a section for the guitars. There's a tiny section for like all the other instruments. There's a massive section for like electric guitars. There's another section for acoustic guitars. There's another section for pianos, another section for audio, and then and then there's like some sound rooms in the back and everything. It's a massive store. And I would love to recreate it, but there's not enough instruments for me to recreate that unless I did like custom content stuff, and I'm not going to do that. So I kind of took inspiration from that and had it be in two separate areas. Like, you kind of have three separate areas, and all honesty, you have the guitar-y area, you have the violin area, and then you have the piano area. And then I also threw in some bookcases and things because I thought we can pretend that there's like sheet music there and like music learning books and things like that, and that's what are on the bookcases, and that's what they're selling there. So even though like it technically isn't a thing, but we can use our imaginations. So yeah. But so here there's a lot of fine small placements of lots of small things. But I was trying very hard to make things very symmetrical and even and centered, and it was, it looks good, but at the same time, it's like it took forever. Like, it looks like I'm not necessarily doing it it doesn't look like I'm doing it that fast. It looks like maybe I've slowed it down, but I haven't. This is like max speed. So, yeah, I really wish that the kids violin. There we go. The kids violin didn't come in like vibrant pink. I wish it came in realistic colors, not just green, pink, and white. Because you're not, as a starter violinist, you're not gonna have a green, pink, or white violin. You're gonna have a regular brown violin. It might be more red toned, but it's gonna be base normal colors. So, that's the only thing I really wish that they had. But back there, I didn't think that there was enough back there, so I kind of chucked a couple lamps back there and just tried to make it work a little bit better. And so then we have the piano room. So I recently got Sims 4 Vampire pack, and so I wanted to definitely include that, even though it's not super realistic. You wouldn't see an organ for sale at a piano store. You might see one, but it's going to be very rare and very hard to find. So yeah. But I wanted to include like a whole bunch of pianos and like keyboard and like just a whole bunch of instruments to be able to play, because that's what they have at piano stores. You'll have like the Yamaha and the Steinberg and the other brands that I don't know as well. A lot of people prefer like Steinberg or Yamaha. Like, okay, my mom is a Yamaha piano person, and so I grew up with Yamaha pianos. So I know Yamaha pianos really well, and I personally prefer Yamaha. But I play another popular brand is like Steinberg and everything, because they're a pretty big company, or piano company, so... And, like, there's other companies and everything. But I wanted to include, like, lots of color options, because you go to a piano store, and they're not all just black and white. There are, like, white pianos, there are brown pianos, there are red, there's colored pianos, and it's like, what? Because, like, in my young brain, young impressionable brain, I thought there was only black and white pianos. Maybe the rare white piano, but they were black and white. And I, like, I don't think it was the first time I ever went into a piano store, but one of the early times I went into a piano store, it was like, oh, there are so many colors! Like, there's not a rainbow of colors. There might be nowadays. I haven't been to one in years, but they were more than just black and white. There was brown, and I was like, what? Because the only brown pianos I'd ever known were like stand-up pianos, not like baby grand or grand size. So... as you can see, I am a music person, and I do know a lot about music, so I apologize if I say things that you don't understand because you don't understand music, but this is what happens when you have a music buff design a music store. And, like, I've been doing music since... the first instrument I played was in 4th grade. 5th grade. It was 5th grade, so I don't know how old that is. 11, 12? Somewhere in there. But I played trumpet. Yeah. So I think, yeah. And I've done singing, I've done cello, I've done guitar, I've done piano, I've done a lot of different instruments, and I know a lot of music stuff. So I apologize in advance. But yeah, so I wanted to include, like, I was trying to decide what to put on the walls, and nothing was really working, so I kind of ended up going for just the logo. So it ended up working, and I wanted to include, it's one of those things, you design how big the room is, and it's not big enough for all the stuff you want to fit, but, you try. So I think it worked out pretty well. So now I'm going to jump you to the past. And so you're going to see the first-person view of the next 2 rooms. So I hope you guys enjoy, and magic of editing. Haha. a couple weeks ago, I was having a ton of mouse issues, and one of the things that was lost due to those incidents was a part of the strip mall. I built the furniture store and the not furniture store, the fashion store and the flower store, and there's only one store left, and then I had to detail the outside. But this had happened earlier. It happened with the bookstore, but it was small enough that I just elected to rebuild this, and I kind of went over that in the first part one. But this one, it was a lot of tiny detailed placing, and the flower, honestly, it was the flower store that really did it, because the fashion store is not too bad, but the flower store is extremely detailed, and I just didn't want to spend another 2 hours trying to rebuild it. And like, yeah, I could rebuild it, because they always say, like, you build it a second time, it's going to be better than the first time. And yeah, that's probably right, but I didn't want to spend 2 hours doing that. So what I have done is I have bought the lot and everything, and then I thought we'd just go through in like first person mode, and I could show you the places and all that. Okay, can we go faster? No. Apparently we can't go faster. But anyway, this is the fashion store. Yes, and it has a ton of mannequins. What I decided to do over here was you kind of have, you enter, and over here is like your fancy clothes area, your like smelly, like not smelly, but perfumey stuff. Then over there you have more casual stuff, because if you go into like JCPenney's or like Macy's or whatever kind of department stores you kind of have like the fashion store area, and then you have like a place you can like buy other like nice kind of smelling stuff. And so over here I put like a register, and then you have a couple tables full of like nail polish and like just kind of perfumey stuff. And then I put this couch here because I felt like it needed some color, because honestly it's a very white and black room. But the red I kind of used to brighten it up. And I know this red is not the same as that red, the wall red, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. And so then over here you have your fancy clothes. And if you want to know the secret to figuring out how to put different clothes on your mannequins, the key is to having them be under different like stock, like this is like under formal, and then over there it was under more casual stuff. It's not different mannequins, it's different like at the top in Cass it has the different sections, like formal, active, and things like that. That's where you go to get that. So anyway, I just kind of put these guys in some random outfits that I liked. Like, I really like that dress. It's really pretty. And I thought the blue was kind of a fun formally outfit, because normally, you just kind of do suit, black and white suit. And I was like, no, let's do something fun. And so then over here, I kind of tried to make it slightly more department store-y, and had like multiple registers, because like, let's say you're like in line and you're like over here and you're like, oh, I want this. And so then you go over here and you check out, blah, 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 and then you exit. So that was kind of that idea with this over here. And so over here you have like 2 kid mannequins, and you have shoes. I really wish that there were more shoe options, but there's not. And then you kind of have the more casual stuff. I just kind of threw them in some poses and some kind of random outfits. And then there's like the sale stuff over here, which is kind of chucked in the corner. And then what I did is on either side I put kind of a changing room. Like, this is the women's changing room, and over there's men's. And you have like this area that has this like massive mirror area, and look, there's nothing there. And then you go down here and you have like individual changing rooms. And yes, I know the hallway's small, but you have like a giant mirror and a little chair to kind of do that in. And like, yes, they're all the exact same. And I kind of decided to go with that as the logo. I'm not really quite sure why, but it works. And then I kind of made like a kind of handicapped / multiple person room, so it has a bigger bench and blah blah blah. And we're gonna face through this wall, and this is the men's changing room, and you have that one. And then you have pretty much the same on this side. I did give the women more changing room, because let's be honest, you go into a department store, there's going to be way more women trying on clothes than men, especially at a department store. Men are kind of more likely to buy it than go home and try it and then return it than women are. And so, yeah. So that was the whole idea behind there. Yeah. And then we're going to head over to the flower shop Do 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 do. The slowest mode ever. I really wish, like, I don't know, there's not this. I hit in spacebar. I don't know if it's actually doing anything. Okay, so here we have the flowers show up, and as you can see, there is so much stuff. So over here you have the counter and everything, and I decided to put a sink on the counter because a lot of times at like floristy places, they have a sink. They kind of wash off the flowers or will like put fresh water in a pot or something for you. And so there's just kind of utensils, maybe some books over here that are kind of how-to / things like that. And over here you have the rose table. It has a whole bunch of rose stuff and things like that. We're going to ignore the music that's coming from over there, from the electronics store. But yeah, I kind of clumped it all into kind of different types. This is probably the most universal. This is a ton of roses. And then over here you kind of have, am I on play mode? I'm on play. I want pause. Okay, just a second. Go. I didn't realize I was on play mode. Whoopsies. Get out, get out, get out. Okay, pause. I thought I would. Oopsies. Nope, that's wrong. Oh no, now we have to sink through the roof. There we go. Up, we're in the electronics store. Okay. And so anyway, over here, there is a bathroom over there that's kind of works. It works. And then over here, you kind of have tulips and like small vase things / nice little pots. Up, so I'm rising. And then over here, you kind of have a similar setup. And I don't know how to make this exciting. Over here, you have these flowers. And then you have larger plants back here. And then back here, that's not back up. You kind of have more like wall plants. That one's going through the wall, through the roof. I put a couple of these like giant lights around because I felt like it fit and it would add more light to the area anyway. You have more like floor plants and things like that. Yeah, it's not as exciting or as like anything as the like fashion store because it's a florist store, but it's still really pretty. But like what I did is I kind of put like one like massive flower thing in the middle. And then a whole bunch of little stuff on the sides, kind of same mode over there. So, you know. And I like up there, I put like a really fancy, like, like they have, like you can do this, I think for like any flowers, but a lot of people do it for like wedding bouquets and everything. They will like memorialize them and like make them so they never die. And so they'll put them in things. And so that was kind of what that was supposed to be. So that way, explain that. And so, yeah. And yeah, I put like some whatever you call that on the floor. So that way like water doesn't spill. You got your flowers, you check out, and you go. Okay, but yeah, that's pretty much where that all is. Yeah, so I will leave you here, and well, I'll be like right back because I'm gonna go finish because I haven't finished the rest of the stores and everything. I wanted to do the walkthrough before I finished everything. So yeah, I will send you into the future with future me. Have fun with that. You have returned from the past and now back to the future. Or I guess now it's current time. But anyway, so now we are back building the bar. It's a bar. It's honestly, I really like how it turned out. It's a bar it has like dance area / karaoke stuff. And it could be kind of a lunchy area, I guess. They could play, I don't know, a place to go get margarita, like something to drink or something. I don't know. I don't drink, but I do know quite a bit about drinking. It's one of those things you don't know about. It's better to educate yourself about. So, I educated myself about it. Plus I have friends, so but yeah, it's a fairly large space, like bar-wise, and so I wasn't 100% sure what I was gonna do with it because I wanted to fit like the dance area, and then I was like, oh, wait, the city skylines, the city living came with a karaoke machine and everything, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. I have to do it this way. So I divided up the room and kind of have the back area as kind of like the dance area, and like you could definitely like put like a fence, like the fencing that I used for the bakery area. You could definitely like fence it off during the day and like remove it during the night, or blah blah, whatever you wanted to do. Make it like open the bar, like the eating area, like during the day, and like at night open the dance area. You know, that's kind of how it would work, like in reality, not necessarily in The Sims, but in reality. But yeah, I tried to put like a bit of seating, but not like a ton of seating, because I definitely wanted to have space like for like the karaoke machine and everything, and like let's say you're supporting your friend or dancing along, blah blah blah. So there's still quite a bit of seating, but it's not like as packed as it could have been. So yeah, and then in the back, I was trying to decide how I wanted to design, like do the wall and everything, wallpaper and everything, because I knew that I wanted it to be wood on the flooring, but I didn't want it to be too like old, like I didn't want it to be too pub-like, you know, like in Europe and everything. If you think of like a pub and everything, you think like brown wood paneling and like just very brown, dark brown tones and things like that. And I didn't want that to be in here. I wanted it to be kind of modern-esque, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, it's like it's almost been renovated. Like let's imagine like the bar was like the first building that was here, and then the strip mall, like the place was bought out and the person turned the rest of the land into a strip mall but kept the bar area. I don't know, something like that. But they just like maybe modernized it, things like that. So, and I definitely, like, after I was done and everything, I went back in and edited lighting effects and everything, because I felt like for the dance area and the bar area, it's one of those places where mood lighting is definitely going to be a thing. You can't have those bright strobe lights on, because it's going to ruin the atmosphere of the bar area. So I definitely went in and did some of that editing, or just fixing up and just kind of minor tweaking, things like that. Excuse me. Okay, I need water. But with the wallpaper, I knew I didn't want to do something that was like super bright. I didn't want to do like a bright splash of red or a bright splash of green or something. I really wasn't feeling it. And so I ended up kind of going with textured wall and then the kind of modern brown and black wall. So I really like the wallpaper that is in the main bar area. I really like the colors it comes in, and it really just kind of seamlessly, you can change colors without it being too abrupt. I just wish it came in more colors. Like, it still comes in quite a few colors. I'm pretty sure it comes in like 7 or 8 colors, but I want more. I want like 15 colors, man. Ugh. But I really like it. So just threw a couple of like logo things up there. I don't really know. They were subtle light things. I didn't want, like, I thought about doing the kind of more light things, but I wasn't feeling it. And so then I chucked a couple mirrors up here because I didn't want to do like all mirrors along there, but I felt some mirrors were necessary. So the only thing is I wish you could paint the roof, like the underside of the roof. Like I never did it in The Sims 3, but you could do it in The Sims 3. But now that I'm in The Sims 4 and I do videos and I take pictures and everything, I definitely have times where I look up at the wall, or the ceiling ends up in the picture. I look up at the ceiling and the ceiling's bright white. And I'm like, oh, it needs to be a different color. It needs to be something else. So, but can't have everything. So, just adding a few little details here and there. I definitely wanted to include like signs and everything, as well as like all the bottles and everything. Because like this is a bar. This is like a pretty big bar, and so I wanted to make sure that there's lots of juice there to drink. And a couple neon signs throughout the place. And I felt like this place would definitely have an open sign, an open and close sign. Like some of the other places, like they probably have regular hours, but this place is probably going to be one of those places where, well, tonight we might be open till 1, and then the next night we might be open till 4. You just never know. So, it's kind of one of those. I think they would probably have an open sign. And so just kind of, I didn't do a ton of little details, partially because I really didn't feel like it suited the atmosphere, and 2, because there's already a ton of items on this lot, a ton, and so I didn't really want to bog it down anymore. So, so I really tried to go simple with this and, add like details and like lighting and things like that, because I felt like you you don't, at a bar, you probably don't want a ton of little details that can be like smashed or taken. So, you know, it's very simple. Simple in theory. And so I didn't realize that this wall, I don't know what I'm talking about, that the sign outside changed so much. I was like, what? So I will definitely have to use that if I do more store stuff. I think I'm going to take a break from doing store stuff. I might do like a restaurant in the near future, but this is kind of like, this is a lot of stores in one, but I think I just need a little bit of break. But I enjoy stores. Maybe I'll do like, I don't know. I enjoy them, but at the same time, it's like I need a break. I almost forgot about this bathroom, too. Like, I was kind of zooming out, and I was like, oh, wait, I can't forget the bathroom. And so I really wasn't sure what to do, so I kind of just, like, instead of doing, like, white everywhere, I did black sinks and, like, black accessories out in the area. But once again, it's like, it's a bathroom. It's a public bathroom where you have a whole bunch of them. It's not going to be a lot. It's not that different from the rest of them, so, you know. But I did check out a couple of those massive signs, like advertising for your fellow neighbor, blah, blah, blah. So, I think maybe if I do a furniture store, it will probably be, or if I do a store, it will probably be a furniture store. Like, I would love to do an IKEA, and several months ago I started to do an IKEA, and I don't remember what happened. It's been long deleted by now, but that would be fun to do. But at the same time, it would take forever. I'd probably shoot myself. Oh, it'd be awful, but it would be fun at the same time. It'd be fun to say I have built like IKEA in The Sims 4. And that would be fun. So that might be something. That will definitely be like at least 3 parts, and they will not be stupid this time because I have a good mouse. But see, here I'm just adding some little details on the outside, the exterior. I had seen in like another somebody else's build many months ago. It was these pillar things, and I've never used them, but I saw them use, and I was like, oh, I have to use these. And then I went on a little bit on the extreme and used a ton of them, and I realized, okay, this is too much. And so I kind of struggled trying to add things to the front because I didn't want to put windows because it's a strip mall, and honestly, in a mall, there's not a ton of windows. Especially on like what's supposed to be like the back of the stores, there's not. So I couldn't put windows there, and I wasn't sure what else to really do because I've never built something like this, and it's not something I necessarily look at. Like, you know, you build a couple houses in The Sims and you drive around for a little bit. You kind of notice houses. You're like, oh, I really like the design of this, or I really like the porch of this, or I can kind of creep in the backyard and see, and I really like that and that person that person has. But I don't go around and like look at malls that are around the area or strip malls around the area and go, oh, that's what I really like. And the other thing is, this isn't really shaped like a regular strip mall because normally you kind of have the one side and then the rest is all parking. And so it was kind of like, I was kind of dealing with a lot of difficulties, and I really wasn't sure what to do, but I ended up adding more of those like white pillar things and a couple trees to add some height because it is a short build. It's just a 1-story build. It's not like a ton. And then I added some color to the rest of the building because the solid white just wasn't doing it for me, and I just needed a little bit more dimension. So not a ton of color, but just a little bit more. So, and they are 2 different shades. I do know that, and I did that on purpose. I decided I wanted the lighter shade on the front 2 buildings and the darker shade on the back building. So, you know, it was on purpose. And so here, just kind of detailing a lot of the little exterior stuff, putting, making sure everybody has signs and everything, so that way you know, like, what building is for what, and blah, 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 blah. So, you know, yeah. I wish that they had a category that was, like, just for signs. Like, I know that they have the retail category, but, like, they need to, because some stuff are signs, like, but they're not, like, super signs. I don't know if that doesn't make any sense, but I don't know, there just needs to be a category for, like, signs. Just all kinds of signs. like neon signs and exterior signs and large signs and small signs. Like, do you get what I'm saying? I hope you do. So, yeah, but here just doing some little details with some trees. I didn't want to go, like, overboard with the trees. But I wanted to include some of them. So, you know. And then, I realized that I needed to do lighting outside. And so that kind of helped me with, like, filling in the space. It's not, like, super well lit, but it's not, like, you're, like, blind. So, but I put some benches out there, like, you're gonna sit and all that. And some of the places already had benches on the outside and everything. But I just added a few more around the area. And then what I did was, after I was done building and everything, I went in and added fountains and everything to the pond. Yes. Pond? Fountain. Yes. I added fountains to the fountain area. But, yeah. So there's that. But that was all afterwards because I didn't want to mess with that going in and out of, like, live mode and live mode and regular and build mode. I just didn't want to mess with it. So I didn't have you guys suffer through that. But just to let you guys know, there are a ton of screenshots. I think there's like 75 or 76 different screenshots. It's insane. Like, oh my goodness, so much. Oh, so feel free to stay for that because I said that they were going to be at the end of the build series. So here they are. I really like how this came out. I'm really proud of it that I stuck with it even through all of my issues that I had. I could have, like, quit halfway through and just kind of done whatever, but I really like how I did it. And so what I decided to do with the screenshots is I took a picture at the beginning of the shop, of the outside, and then I went inside. And when it comes to the bathroom, you know that middle area? We'll get there, but I only took one picture because it's pretty much the same. There might be a few different pictures, but you don't need, like, 3 different pictures. This one, you don't need 3 different pictures of the male and female bathrooms. You don't need that. And then I don't think I took pictures of all the bathrooms either because it's just like you don't really need it. I might have, but I don't think so. But I just kind of tried to take pictures of each of the exterior and then go inside. And I made sure and took pictures of the window setups that I put because I put up 4 of them in the end. But yeah, so I ended up doing that. But I really like how they all turned out. And if you wanted to play with this, I would definitely recommend if you like, you could run, like, you could technically use it all, but if you're gonna just, like, run 1 or 2 shops, you might remove all the stuff out of the other rooms and either black them out with black wallpaper and flooring or just remove them entirely. It's up to you. But yeah, that's what I would do if you're gonna play with, like, just 1 or 2 of the shops. So, but yeah, it turned out really nice. I really like how it turned out, and I hope you guys like it too, for sure. It is available to download on the gallery for, like, a lot of money. I think, like, it's the music store and the electronics store. That's what really bumped the price up. I don't actually know what the final price is. I think it's over 500,000 for sure. I don't know if it reached over 600,000, but it's expensive. So, but yeah, and I hope you guys play around with it, use it. Feel free to change the stores out. They don't have to stay these stores, you know. You can do whatever you want. But they turned out pretty well. I think this one, I don't know why I want to call it the furniture store. The clothing store, it's probably the most empty, but it's just because we're limited on mannequins and limited on stuff we can actually put in the store to help it make sense. Like, there's not a lot of clothing, and I wish that there was more clothing accessory, like more random objects that don't have any use except for decorating that were clothing oriented. I wish that there was that kind of stuff. So, but I do like it in the end. So, all the bottle placement. Oh my goodness. This build took a lot of placement, tiny placements. A lot. So, but yeah, if you see here, I kind of darkened the lighting and everything, used those smaller lights, And the bar looks really cool. I do really like the bar area. And then we'll go back to the dance area, and yeah, you got these cool lights, and I didn't really realize they moved and everything until I hit play in live mode, and I was like, oh, these are awesome. So that was a lot of fun. So yeah, and yeah, just a few more. So I look at, like, there's like 15 left. But yeah, I like this electronics art. It was it took a while to do, but I do like how it turned out. You could definitely make some money if you sold things in here. Whew, let me just say that. But yeah, yeah. There's not really a lot more to say that I can really say, because I could technically, like, rage and, like, just kind of be angry about all the stuff that I lost because of these builds, but at the same time, it's not worth it. So, you have the flower shop, and this is the last shop. So, and there's a couple more on the outside. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Hit that subscribe button. I upload videos 3 times a week. And yeah, you can follow me on other social media down below. Yeah, and don't forget to comment down below if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, things I can do in the future. I'm always open to that. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. And I hope you guys enjoy this build and that you guys use it. It's usable for you guys, so it's not just, this massive build. So I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!